We need to see racism, systemic racism, as something that harms all of us.
A small rally outside.
Black lives matter, and they will matter.
A huge list of people waiting to share their experiences inside, as the city of Calgary opens a public inquiry into how it can help stamp out systemic racism.
I consider myself a fairly woke person, but I fully expect at the end of this public submissions to, sort of experience the gap between the theory that I understand and the reality that so many of our neighbors deal with on a daily basis.
People don't really believe that racism exists here in Calgary, but it is very much alive, and we're here today to show them and tell our stories.
The meeting comes after thousands of Calgarians marched through the streets in several demonstrations. Before beginning the process of listening to more than 130 people share their experiences of racial injustice, the committee heard from a high-profile expert panel.
We need to remember that the Indigenous people had to be removed from this land in order for the city of Calgary to be what it is today.
People know about the instances in Halifax. They know about cases of civil rights struggle in Ontario, but they don't know about the struggles here in Alberta.
The goal of the Anti-Racism Committee is to come up with an actionable plan, and everyone here agrees that without action, all this work will be meaningless.
We're just finding out everything right now through Twitter, through Facebook, and this has been around forever. So for us to be educated is the first step.
But then we will also require us to go beyond a report that sits on a shelf, that tackle quite systematically the ways in which we are shutting out some of Calgary's and some of Alberta's and some of Canada's greatest talents.
It's important even for those of us who think we know the stories, those of us who think we've lived the stories, to listen and learn. But it's also incumbent on all of us to then translate that into real action.
The meeting is scheduled through Wednesday, but it will likely run much longer. A small part of a larger discussion which has been going on for centuries. In Calgary, Jonathan Muma, City News.